This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso, on SABC3. Now, one of the things that's feel good is also losing weight, and portion size is so important when it comes to losing weight, but also meal planning. But how big is a portion size? Sometimes you dish a meal and you're still hungry, what looks a little bit skimpy, and Andrea is here to give us some, how big is a portion size?
Well, portion sizes depends on what you're eating. And if you look at meal planning, they often give advice about eat 3 to 5 meals per day. And considering that, it depends on whether you eat 3 meals a day or 5 meals a day, how you're going to plan your portions. Yeah.
No, there's, I'm just thinking there's all kinds of articles out there. Some say eat 2 portions together, others say eat 5 meals a day. How do we do this, meal planning? I mean, I see that there's amazing foods in front of us.
Yes.
How do we go about planning it and doing it?
Well, if you look at healthy eating, being kind to your digestive system and also losing a bit of weight, research really shows that 5 meals a day, 5 smaller meals a day is the way to go. So that doesn't mean if you currently eat 1 or 2 meals a day, you add another 3 or 4.
No.
But breaking up your food into 5 smaller portions. And often when people want to lose weight, they're worried about eating less because they'll get hungry. And that's why I've got this beautiful display here showing that you can really indulge in healthy selections or healthy options here.
Why is it important to do smaller meals? I mean, I can see that they're not really that small, but a portion. And why is it important to do that, to make your portion sizes and then have it like that? Yeah.
Smaller portions, basically because many people struggle with weight, and also you don't want to overload your digestive system.
Right.
So to give an example, a portion of breakfast cereal, muesli, this is a portion for somebody who's watching their weight.
Okay.
And it might look minuscule to you, but the point is that is enough to sustain you for your breakfast meal, because if you have breakfast as your first meal, maybe you'll have some fat-free yogurt with that. You can even add a little bit of fresh fruit, that would be fine. Later in the morning, you'll have your mid-morning snack. So there's another meal on its way, so you don't have to have such a huge breakfast.
Which is then part of the 5 meals that you need to have.
Yes.
And breakfast is very important, right?
And a mid-morning snack can be anything from dried fruit. Now the portion size is there. This isn't a portion size. So what we have here is a selection of dried fruit, and 1 fruit would be a portion. So good example here, 2 peach halves make 1 peach.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, this is a pear.
Yes.
I don't know my fruits this morning. But anyway, so not to overindulge, to understand that if you have 2 pear halves, it counts as 1.
But it is a snack after all, so you wouldn't want to eat the whole bowl because you just had breakfast, and so
That's right. Well, you might want to, you see, and that's where you need to exercise control if you have weight loss objectives and so on.
I'm just thinking of how we go to restaurants and how, you're almost disappointed when the meal is almost smaller. But most restaurants that you go to, or fast food, it looks like there's 3 portion sizes in there.
Yes.
What advice do you have for us when you look at a big plate of food and you think, what to do now? Sometimes it's almost intimidating, especially if you want to lose weight.
Definitely. Going out to restaurants, often they have half portions. And on average, the portion sizes in restaurants are way too big for what we actually need. And that's why we feel so overindulged afterwards. And then we have maybe a cool drink or a juice or a glass of wine with the meal, adding even more calories. So if you're watching your weight, try to go for smaller portion sizes or try to have less starch. Which is also why I've got this display here, because for a light snack meal, there's a way that you can really plan it carefully to totally enjoy it, but count the calories. So you can take something like these mini rice cakes. You can have a whole pack of them.
Right. See, now that's good news, Andrea.
Yes.
A whole pack, okay.
Yes, and the point is, if you want to have a slightly larger portion size, you need to have the wiser options that are lower in fat. So that's why the flavoured mini rice cakes are ideal.
Okay.
So that you can pack on a platter with some tomatoes, some olives, some carrot sticks, cucumber, celery, and some cottage cheese dipping sauce. So as soon as I start telling people eat celery sticks and carrots, they start frowning. So that's why I started with the rice cakes and olives, and also some biltong.
But just looking at this gives us enough options, and definitely in terms of planning how to go forward. Andrea, thanks for your advice.
It's a pleasure, and these are ideal to pack into a little snack pack for work or for school or wherever as well.
Well, there you heard it. You can even travel with it and pack it wherever you go. Well, from our food journey, meal planning, and how to literally create our portion sizes to the guys outside, to Katlego.
Trust vital for your family's health.